So that tells me something immediately about Michelle Obama, that she is willing to play that role. And I think that she's as much a fake, personally, as Barack Obama. And Barack Obama is one of the major, major fakes. And interestingly, and this has surprised me a little bit, the number of people, former Obama supporters, who are seeing, if you like, the error of their ways, is happening much quicker than I thought it would, because he is turning back so many of the things that he said he would not do. He's doing the opposite. And it's the usual thing in politics. Tell them what they want to hear, get into power, do what you always intended to do. And there's no better example than Barack Obama. Mr. Fake President, if ever there was one.
Even as recently as the 1980s, the slow global response deepened and widened a debt crisis in Latin America that pushed millions into poverty. Today, we've learned the lessons of history. I know that in the days leading up to the summit, some of you in the press, some commentators confused honest and open debate with irreconcilable differences. But after weeks of preparation and 2 days of careful negotiation, we have agreed on a series of unprecedented steps to restore growth and prevent a crisis like this from happening again.
Oh, there's a difference between Democrat and Republican. Oh, God, it's the way you tell them, honestly. God, gee, you ought to take up stand-up. Well, we have two masks in Britain called Labour and Conservative. We have two masks in America called Republican and Democrat, and all four masks are placed on the same face. In a book called The David Icke Guide to the Global Conspiracy, I follow a chain of events right back from the 1940s and show without any question that the Labour and Conservative parties in Britain are fundamentally connected. The idea is to give the illusion of choice while having no choice whatsoever. This is how the political system works. Whichever party is in government introduces the agenda because they have the ability to introduce legislation. The party in opposition opposes the agenda, but it doesn't matter because it's got no power to do anything. We then have a farce called an election. And every now and again, the two parties change sides. Now, the party that was in opposition and imposed the agenda, or opposed the agenda, now imposes it. And people say, hold on a minute, you said this in opposition and now you're doing the opposite. Yes, because it has the power to impose the agenda. The party that was imposing the agenda before and is now the opposition, it opposes the agenda now.
I will get our troops home. We will bring an end to this war.
I have determined that it is in our vital national interest to send an additional 30,000 U.S. troops to Afghanistan. I do not make this decision lightly.
This first executive order that we are signing by the authority vested in me as President by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, in order to effect the appropriate disposition of individuals currently detained by the Department of Defense at Guantanamo, and promptly to close the detention facility at Guantanamo consistent with the national security and foreign policy interests of the United States and the interests of justice, I hereby order. And we then provide the process whereby Guantanamo will be closed no later than 1 year from now. We will be, is there a separate executive order, Greg, with respect to how we're going to dispose of the detainees? Is that written?
Set up a process.
We will be setting up a process whereby this is going to be taking place.
We have a responsibility to act. That's what's happened in Libya over the course of these last 6 weeks.
these ugly pictures that you paint. I really wanna fight on the West. That's the thing that hides you best. And the king must always do his thing, honor to his country bring. I just wanna hear those jailbirds sing that I am the king. I am. Ooh, I am. Ooh, 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 ooh. I got a love bite on my rumpa. I got a beauty spawn on my hump. My face may be covered in boils. You must stay loyal, these boils are raw, boy. I am the king. I am the king. I am the king. Yeah. I am the king. Got a fair bit of glamour in my eyes. I gotta put my rap between my thighs. King. This little king must do his thing. Will he dance or will he sing? What kind of girl will be his queen? Will she be dirty or will she be clean? Bring me my chauffeur. Wish I had. Bring me my chauffeur. Now he better be bad. I am king.
I'll have you lost, my
King refuses food, he will be restrained. He claims to have no appetite, he will be restrained. If he swears and indulges in meaningless discourse, he will be restrained. If he throws off his bedclothes, tears away his bandages, scratches his sores, and if he does not strive every day and always towards his own recovery, then he must be restrained. I am the King of England, no, sir! You are the patient!
We have a responsibility